Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan with your weekend weather update and the outlook for next week. We've got a tropical cyclone, we've got a polar blast, and we've got another Antarctic change coming next week. So let's take a look and see what's happening. You can see the cyclone up here, Gina, still sticking around Port Vila and will be hanging around Vanuatu for Friday, but falls apart as we go into the weekend. But the leftover low pressure system is likely to linger up here to the north, and for New Zealanders needing rain, it's worth just keeping an eye on. It's still not locked in where it's exactly going to go, but it could be interesting. Further to the south, in comes the polar change today with temperatures dropping, some really big squalls and thunderstorms on this western side. We saw a tornado, damaging one in Levin, and we're going to see more damaging gusts all the way up to Auckland as we go through Friday night and into Saturday as well. So let's take a look at the animated wind map. You can see the really big high shaped north to south, not wide west to east, but going north to south, all the way up to the very top of Queensland and all the way down into the Southern Ocean. So it's dredging up very cold polar air into the South Island. They've had a dusting of snow along the mountains, and it'll move into the North Island now. So this high is a big feature. It's also the reason why there's such big rainfall totals again along that eastern side of Queensland. I know you're sick of it. La Nina is lingering on just long enough to also create Cyclone Gina, which remains Category 1 as it lies there right next to Port Vila. So the tracking from the Fiji Met Service shows it here, Category 1, stays like that until tonight, and then it's back to a tropical low, and then it should fall apart. But the leftovers, like I say, a little bit unsure about what they might do. It's not a storm, but it might actually form into a rainmaker for the New Zealand area late at the end of the month. We'll keep an eye on it anyway. For the rain in New Zealand coming up, it is patchy. Most of it's in the south and the west of both islands, so the southwestern corners are more likely to get the rain than eastern areas, which are looking much drier, and the very top of the country. Although I have to say, around Auckland there will be some big squalls across Friday night, and some of those will give you some decent rainfall totals. But the big strong winds gusting to gale force, the reason why your rainfall totals are low is because those big downpours will be pushed through pretty quickly. Here is the wind map for Saturday morning. This is 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, brought to you by predictwind.com. Now the areas in the dark red shading here, and black even in that zone, 90 to 100 kilometre an hour winds, or the sort of 40 to 50 knot range. So that is damaging wind gusts brushing past Otago Peninsula, potentially Banks Peninsula as well. And on the other side, the wind tunnel will be Auckland with big strong west to southwest winds carrying on there. So they peak in Auckland Friday afternoon and evening, but they linger right through Saturday. So lunchtime Saturday, this whole windy system still passing by. The calmest weather will be inland areas of both islands. Lunchtime Saturday looks like this. This huge storm, I mean, it's really big out to the east of the country. The Chatham Islands caught up in those 100k winds, as is Otago Peninsula, and we've got gale force winds across other parts of New Zealand as well. Saturday's a colder day for most areas, but especially for the southern half of the South Island. And over in Australia, high pressure, the big feature of our weather map at the moment, helping to create these showers all along the eastern side. And the cyclone, Gina, up there to the north, likely to no longer be a tropical cyclone on Saturday, just a tropical depression. Rainfall in Australia for the next 2 days. This is starting from 7 o'clock on Sunday morning. Shows some big totals over in Western Australia as a new low pressure zone comes through there, with between 40 and 50 millimetres coming along for these dry areas south of Perth. Lunchtime on Sunday, you can see that rainmaker slowly coming in there to the west. The big high in control. By the way, the high stretches all the way out to the east of New Zealand, near Tonga, and all the way over to Western Australia. So that is an enormous high, and there's a big feature for both countries, but actually even the tropical islands up here. You can see the low has fallen apart on Sunday. That's one feature around New Caledonia. And in the New Zealand area, it's still windy, it's still colder, and you've got sou'westers blowing, but it will be sunny and dry for many eastern parts of New Zealand. Let's get into next week. So Monday kicks off fairly quiet after a busy weekend. Still a bit cool, and might even be some frost, or at least some low temperatures for the North Island and some sheltered parts of the South Island. Still a little bit of a breeze there though, helping keep temperatures up a little bit. The remnants of Gina dropping further down towards Norfolk Island. By Tuesday, it moves over to this side, as this high stretches back out, expands back out into the Tasman. And as it does that, the winds in New Zealand start to pick back up again. Westerly winds over here in Australia as that rain system passes by. And I'm sorry to say it, Eastern Australia, those showers just keep on going. But by the time we get to Wednesday of next week, here's the next change. It's another Antarctic southerly coming into the New Zealand area. Temperatures down, another high out to the west, still stretched north to south. A little bit of a lean on it, so it's a bit more southwesterly coming through. That means these eastern areas perhaps not so exposed, but it definitely gets colder again next week. We're not done with this cold change. It will linger through next week with another surge around Wednesday and Thursday, followed by high pressure, which means frosty weather is more likely about 1 week from now. That is all from me. Busy 24 hours to go. Met Service have got a lot of warnings up. You can find them on our website at weatherwatch.co.nz. We've got all that hourly data at ruralweather.co.nz. And of course, you can download our free app. And we've got some news about that as well. We've got a new app coming out in a couple of months' time. We're testing it right now. It's taken a long time, but this will come with alerts. So you can create your own personalized weather alerts for your property. So that's the next big thing coming to the New Zealand weather industry, and we're hoping to launch that sometime in winter. That is all from me. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.